Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a sweet pink look, so I hope you guys enjoy. So I'm just going to start off by spraying my face with my NYX First Base Primer, and I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. Then I'll go in with a little Milk of Magnesia. I'm very oily, so I do like to use this to keep my skin matte and dry and to control my sweating a little bit throughout the day. So I'm just going to finish applying that, and I'm not going to let it dry all the way because it makes it difficult to put my foundation on. And I'm just going to go ahead and start putting my foundation on, and I mixed two different foundations. I used my MAC Studio Fix in the color NW55, and I also used Tarte. It's the matte finish, I think, and it's in the color Rich Sand. So as you can see, I do kind of just put my foundation on. There's no certain technique to it. I just put it on to make sure I'm getting fully covered. And I do just go in with the Tarte over my Studio Fix foundation. It blends very nicely together, so I don't have any problems with mixing the two at the same time. So once my foundation is all applied, I'm just gonna go in with my Real Techniques. I think this is one of their foundation brushes, and I'm just gonna blend it out. And I do blend all the way through my neck, make sure I get my hairline. I just wanna make sure everything is consistent all throughout my face. So after blending with my foundation brush, I'm just going to use my powder brush to go over it and just make sure everything is well blended and I didn't miss any corners. So now I'm going to start on my brows, and I just start off with a little spool and just make sure my eyebrows are going in the same direction, no hairs are out of place. And then I just take a simple liner pencil from the beauty supply store. I generally spend like $1, $2 on them, and I just fill in my brows. I do like to use a darker and a lighter browns to do my brows, just to give my eyebrows that natural look. So after filling in the bottom of my brows, I'm just gonna take my spool and comb my eyebrows down, and I'm just gonna fill in the top this way. I do put them all back in place when I'm done, but this just kind of make sure I fill in everything and I'm not missing any spaces on my eyebrow. So after filling in my eyebrows, I'm just going to set them using my Control Freak by NYX. And I also use the Rocket Volume Mascara by Maybelline in the color Blackest Brown. So you guys are going to see me laughing a lot throughout this video. I was on the phone while I was recording and I was being very entertained. So after setting my eyebrows, I'm just going to go ahead and conceal them. I use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee. So when I conceal my eyebrows, I kind of create a unibrow with them. It just helps me keep my eyebrows from looking blocky because I hate blocky brows. I know some people don't do that, so comment and tell me if you like the technique, if you don't, or give me suggestions on what technique you use. So next I'm just gonna go and blend my concealer out using a setting brush. I think all of my brushes are by Real Techniques. I'm pretty positive that at least 98% of them are. So I'm just gonna take that, blend my eyebrows out, and you can see how I make my unibrow disappear. So one thing I do like about using this technique on my brows is that it makes sure that my brows are real sisters instead of stepsisters. I want them to look exactly alike in every aspect. I don't want one bigger than the other, one smaller. I want them to look exactly alike. So after blending my concealer out, I'm just gonna go back in with my pencil and retouch any areas that need it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get started on my eyeshadow. I'm just gonna start off by priming my eyes with LA Girl Pro Concealer again. This time I'm gonna use the color Pure Beige, and I'm gonna use a lighter color than I normally use just because the eyeshadow palette I'm using today isn't very pigmented. So it's just gonna help that color pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna also add a little setting powder today. I typically don't do this, but just for the look today, we're gonna add it. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeshadow. I'm going to use about 4 different shades of pink to achieve this look. I'm using my BH Cosmetics, I think this is the 120 palette, and it's the first edition. I do like this palette, but as you can see, some of the colors aren't as pigmented as I would like, but some of them are, so it's just a give or take. It's 120 colors, so you can't go wrong with that. Now I'm going to take a darker pink and go over that same area again. So now I'm going to use this really hot pink. It's almost a red, and I'm just going to go through my crease with it. So before I do my lid, I'm going to go ahead and highlight underneath my brow. I just use one of the simple highlight colors off this palette. Just a light gold, something just to set the look off. So after I add my highlight color, I'm just going to take that first very light pink that we use and just blend it out. So now I'm going to take that last hot pink we used and just go back through my crease just to darken it up before I apply the lid. So now I'm going to take like a metallic pink and go over my lid, but before I do that, I'm going to add just a little dab of the Pro Concealer, the Pure Beige color, because it's going to give it a nice finish. The key to this look is just going to be blending out the concealer, making sure it's even all over my lid, and it's going to give the metallic a nice finish. So I have my eyeshadow all done. I'm going to apply my lashes in just a second, but I'm going to contour my face first. I'm using the foundation stick by NYX. It's in the color 16, and I like to apply my dark contour first just because it blends out better when I add the concealer in. So after adding my contour, I'm just going to go in and blend it out with a beauty sponge. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer, and I'm back using the Toffee by LA Girl. So after applying my concealer, I'm just going to take that same setting brush I used for my eyebrows and blend it all out. So after blending out my concealer, I'm just going to go back over my contour lines with that beauty sponge just to make sure everything is well blended before we apply the setting powder. So before applying my setting powder, I'm just going to spray my face with NYX matte setting spray. And then I'm going to go in using my banana powder by Makeup Revolution. So I'm going to let that sit on my face for a minute and apply my lashes. I'm using Vicious Winks by V, and this is my first time using these lashes and I love them so much. They're super long and dramatic, but I love everything about them. So after making sure my lash is on, I'm just going to take my tweezers and secure the corners and then pinch down on the lash line. So now that I have my lashes on, I'm just gonna go ahead with my foundation brush and dust off my setting powder. After that, I'm just going to take a buffering brush and go over everything just to make sure it is well blended. So somewhere when I was doing the final touches on my makeup, my camera stopped recording. You can see my reaction when I realized it was no longer recording. But this is the finished look. I just used finishing powder, some highlighter, blush, and setting spray, which I will all show you guys in the next video. I hope you like it. Please give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time.